What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Tides, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys. Well, we had the passing of the Conclave Arcana mini set proposal, which would give the team 1.2 billion DEC, and they did not waste any time. You can see here on Splinter Cards that the company wallets have now been filled, and they are sitting on 1.2 billion DEC. So they are set for a while, and I believe this was taken out from the DAO, although this still seems like a lot for the DAO. But either way, the team has that DEC now, and more importantly, that DEC is going to start getting recirculated back into the game economy at a rapid rate. Because keep in mind, anytime somebody uses credits, or brings capital into the game, it will get paid out on the back end in DEC. Now, the little clickbaity title that I put for this video is, well, now that this has happened, how low will DEC go? And I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you, because if I did, then that would mean I could tell the future, and we all know how that works. So my point with this was just to share with you how the market has fundamentally changed now because of the fact that the company has this. So the company had a good amount of DEC coming out of the Conclave Arcana pre-sale and just general sale, right? They were getting a good steady supply of DEC from pack sales, whether from the beginning or just ongoing. But even with that, they started running low. And the thing is, during that time, they did not have to buy any DEC. And we saw DEC go down to where it is now, which is like more than 20% below peg, almost 25% below its peg value. So the fact that now the team, who would probably be the biggest buyers of DEC, or would have been the biggest buyers of DEC, now that they're no longer in the market for that, right? I think they went and did a couple of small buys here and there, which, again, didn't even move the market really. And they probably weren't even trying to do that many big buys, because they knew that they were going to be getting, this kind of DEC infusion or injection from the DAO. So with that being said, we're going to have 1.2 billion DEC that's essentially going to go back into circulation. For people who don't understand what I mean, like, this is essentially inflation of DEC back out into the ecosystem, right? We're getting 1.2 million back out, not right away. It's not getting dumped on the marketplace, but understand that anytime somebody sells something for credits, for example, right? Or just in general, let's say they sell something on the secondary market and they get paid in DEC. If they don't want that DEC, they're going to go and sell it, and that's where the sell pressure is. And the reason that that's a big deal is because there's more DEC coming out into the ecosystem, and there's no buy pressure from the team, right? If the team was not sitting on any DEC and had to go and buy DEC off the marketplace in order to refill their coffers, well, at least that would offset some of the selling that's happening. But that's not happening now, and it's not going to happen for another like 6 to 8 months, right? Depending on how long it takes the team to run through all of that 1.2 billion. So the fact that we're just going to have probably more consistent selling, the only thing that will offset it is people who are going in and wanting to buy DEC related products, namely Conclave Arcana packs, for example, or if you have new players coming in that want to upgrade their guild buildings. And that's another area that hopefully will be coming in or revamped by the end of the year, which could be a DEC catalyst, or at least a minor one. But in the meantime, in the short term, and when I say short term, I'm talking like the next couple of weeks here, we don't know what's going to be released over the next couple of weeks, or maybe even the next month. There should be a town hall, I believe, next week. But on the whole, in this time period where we see more and more of this DEC getting recirculated back into the ecosystem, 40-ish million DEC a week at a time on average, we could see a lot of that sell-off. And we've seen DEC in the past go below 700. I don't know that we've seen it necessarily go below 600 during my time period here, but way back before the big boom in 2021, it definitely went below that. Now, I'm not trying to be like mega bearish here and say, oh my gosh, the EC is just going to absolutely collapse. No, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I think there's going to be more than enough people that will come in and buy things with it, whether that's packs, whether that's whatever the case is, right? People are going to come in and buy, especially the lower that DEC goes right now. There's a lot of great packs, or I mean, Conclave Arcana is a fun set. You hear that from a lot of people. I think we're at like 4.8 billion DEC in sales total, right? So that's fantastic. And I don't think that that's going to change, especially if new players are coming in and slowly and steadily. There is that tiny buy pressure on DEC. All of that will be good. Will it be enough, though, to offset this massive amount of selling that could potentially happen? I don't know. So, again, not financial advice. I'm not doing anything. I'm not taking any actionable, stances on this myself. I'm simply looking at where DEC is at right now, which is a significant fall, and thinking to myself, well, if we're going to get more DEC circulation out there, I wouldn't be surprised. And that's all I'm going to leave it at. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it go lower. Lower than 700? I don't know, maybe. But again, at that point, when do people start looking at this and saying, ooh, starter packs are only 70 cents, right? Or 72 cents or 73 cents. Let me go in and grab some. I don't know when that actually turns on. The other side of this, though, which I will say, is for the heavy hitters out there, for the whales that usually are the ones, buying up, things in bulk, you have to understand that they are looking at this and thinking to themselves, okay, well, we already got Conclave Arcana. We know that there's going to be a set now for a mini set for Conclave Arcana that's going to be priced in SPS. And if you're looking at that SPS right now, you're thinking to yourself, well, that's kind of juicy, right? That SPS price. I mean, it's almost like half off of these future packs. So there is an incentive for people to actually dump DEC, one of the game's tokens, for the other game's token, which would be SPS. Now, we're not necessarily seeing that en masse right now. Obviously, SPS did do a little bit of a bump when this was announced. But as we get closer towards the date, or even just over the next couple of weeks here, if there's a lot more DEC, I can definitely see that happening. People might even do it as a bit of a hedge, right? Like, they might not even be interested in the packs, but it's just like, well, I mean, very, very simply, like, we expect DEC to go down and we expect SPS to go up. So we're going to position ourselves accordingly. And then that becomes somewhat of a, self-fulfilling prophecy. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself on this whole thing. I just wanted to call out the fact that the team is now in possession of this 1.2 billion DEC. It will be hitting the marketplace, one transaction, market transaction at a time. And as we go through this, I think it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the price of DEC. But like I said, not financial advice. I'm not doing anything. I'm not recommending you to do anything. But my expectation is we're probably going to see DEC hurt a little bit more, just like we saw it hurt over these past couple of weeks when the team was sitting on a good amount of DEC from the pre-sale. That ran out, and now they got an injection. And there's not going to be any kind of significant buy pressure from the team anytime soon. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.